Morning guys, how we doing? Welcome to today's news update and a look at what's been going on here in the city as well as what's coming up. And I'm delighted. I've got quite a lot to go through, guys. So today, grab yourself a coffee, get yourself sat down and sit back, relax, and let's get into the news. So, right. Firstly, I'm so happy that finally someone's taken action here. I'm not happy about the outcome, but I'm happy about the action. It says here in the Bangkok Post, a driver to be charged with obstructing ambulance after a patient dies. And when I say I'm glad it's happened, I'm glad that they're going to take some action now, because this is something that's a real bugbear of mine. I've lived here a long time, and you've seen it yourself, that the blues and twos are flashing, the ambulance is trying to get through, and just people do not move out of the way. They just sit in their lane and don't really care about it. And sadly, it says here, a hospital in Krabi province registered a criminal complaint with police on Monday seeking legal action against a driver who obstructed an ambulance, possibly contributing to the death of the male patient being transported. Lawyers for Plai Praya Hospital in Plai Praya district filed the police complaint. They accused the man of obstructing hospital staff performing their duty and offending officials. The name of the driver was not disclosed, but he worked for Sharon Pukpan Foods until the company sacked him after the incident on Thursday night. Obviously, it's a disaster for somebody to lose their life, but imagine, you're trying your hardest to save it. That's the whole reason these guys are doing their job, is to try and save people's lives. And people just sit there in their cars and ignore it, and they don't care. So I don't know what will happen. It says the driver will later be summoned to hear the charges against him. So I'm not quite sure what will happen. It says on Thursday night, hospital staff could not promptly transfer Somkwan, who was 69 years old. He was in a critical condition after an acute myocardial infarction, or heart attack and respiratory failure, to the hospital. They could not manoeuvre him through the rear door of the ambulance because the man's pickup truck was parked so closely behind it outside the hospital entrance. The man was first reluctant to move his vehicle, causing even greater damage. How can you not move your vehicle? Jesus Christ. The guys are in there trying to save someone's life, and he said, I'm not moving my vehicle. I mean, unbelievable. So watch this space, guys. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it will have a knock-on effect, and maybe it will kickstart the local authorities to maybe be a bit more harsher on traffic regulations where people don't move out of the way. We had the incident the other day, a few weeks back, when the ambulance went through a red light and sadly crashed. They've got to give it a bit more thought. It works very well around the world. I don't know what it's like in your country, but certainly in England, you've got to get out of the way. There's no ifs or buts about it. You've got to move out of the way. So I don't know what it's like in your country, but yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see what comes of that. Talking about stuff that's happening, if you'd like to receive our monthly newsletter, please send me an email, 247pattaya@gmail.com. Just put in the title newsletter, send that email through to me. And what Bo does, Bo puts together a really good newsletter. She worked so hard on this. It's really packed full of information. It's really good. Goes out at the end of every month. So if you'd like to receive that, guys, just ping me an email and we'll add you to our list. Now, you remember up in Bangkok, do you remember the sinkhole? Well, they've done it now. It looks really good, actually. It says the Bangkok sinkhole filled and the building demolition starts. They're going to knock down the police station that was damaged. It says the filling of the massive sinkhole on Samsen Road in Bangkok's Dusit district has been completed, paving the way for the demolition of the damaged Samsen police station, the Bangkok governor said. So, they've done a really good job there. So the next step, the governor, will be to the demolition of the Samsen police station, followed by road reconstruction. The demolition was expected to take about 4 days because the station's floors were built using the post-tension technique. No idea what that is. Post-tension technique. No idea. The work must be done with great care to prevent the slings from snapping. I've got absolutely no idea what that means. But anyway, if you're in a post-tension techniques or slings snapping, then you'll know what's going on. But they've done a good job. They've filled it all up now, and they're going to obviously take care of the police station that was damaged, and fingers crossed it all look nice and dandy in the not too distant future. Talking about the future, I still get people asking me, Trev, why are you not live streaming on YouTube anymore? We use Kick, guys. It's unfiltered, uncensored videos. We stream on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 3 p.m. Thai time. Come and have a look, guys. Lots of different stuff we do there, but it's just unfiltered. Don't have to wear music, don't have to wear language. It's just much more natural. People that are on it really prefer it to one of the ones that you used to watch on the YouTube. So if you are interested, guys, there's a link in the description below. Now, in the news here, it says here that they're actually going to addressing the meters on the taxis. So as you know now, when you get a taxi out here, be very, very careful, guys. Some people will agree a price. Always try to fix your price. And if you are coming from the airport down into the city or wherever you're going, please make sure you fix the price before you get in, as well as also negotiate, is that including the road tolls? Because if you're coming around Bangkok, there are road tolls payable. So you need to make sure, if you say it's 1,200 baht, and that includes all the tolls, or is that plus? And he'll say, oh no, plus, then it's going to be 1,350 baht, wherever it is you're going to go to. But make sure you have a look. It says here, it's no secret that Bangkok's taxi service is plagued with problems, which multiple governments have tried to fix over the years to no avail. The most recent effort to reform the system is a good start, but it will take more than new meters to solve the issues haunting the city's taxi service. And it is fraught with danger because they can manipulate the prices. Sometimes, you'll get in there and they'll switch the meter off, etc. If you're thinking in a metered ride, and then they'll turn over, you're like, why have you done that? Oh, you can pay me this much, because they know they're going to ramp the price up. So, my tip and suggestion to you guys is, before you get in the car, just say to the driver, right, I want to go here, show him on the map, make sure he understands exactly where you want to go. How much is it? Is that the fixed price? No toll fees, no addition. That's the fixed price. Yes, okay, and away you go. But they are going to look at it and see what they're going to do. It says here, though, the number of traditional taxis in Bangkok has dropped sharply from around 100,000 before COVID-19 pandemic to between 60 to 65,000 today, while living costs have surged by 118%. Since 1992, 118% increase in the living cost since 1992. Wow. It says fares have only risen by 55% over the same period, according to the Thailand Development Research Institute. This means drivers have to be more selective about the fares they accept, or find ways to charge more just to make ends meet, resulting in higher fares overall. So there you are, guys. That's the backbone of why they're doing it. So, at the end of the day, just make sure you fix your costs. I can't imagine living costs have gone up 118%, really? I'm not sure about that. But anyway, talk about living costs. The price of petrol now, there you go. There's the price of petrol. So I don't know how that will compare to where you are in the world. I've lost track of what the cost of fuel is now. Back in the UK, I think it's about, I might be completely wrong here, but I think it's about £1.40 for a litre, something like that, or am I way out? I don't know. But that's the cost of fuel right now here in the city centre. But 118% increase. I'm not really buying. Since 1992. No, not really. But I don't know. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. Now, I've got to say, this just absolutely mystifies me as to what on earth is going on in these guys' heads. It says here in the Tiger, 3 Japanese men harass a Pattaya hairdresser, lifting her skirt during service. Foreign suspects also make offensive comments against a transgender customer at the salon. So it goes on to say, what goes on in their heads? A Thai hairdresser filed a complaint against 3 Japanese men for lifting her skirt while she was providing a service to their friend at the salon in Pattaya. The victim, a 34-year-old Kanakan, shared CCTV footage of the incident on social media. She revealed that the incident occurred at 1:58 p.m. on Sunday, October 19th, at a salon on Soi Buakhao 13-2, which is just down on Beach Road. The footage showed Kanakan cutting the hair of one of the Japanese men while his 3 friends sat behind her talking and laughing. The men were seen pointing towards her skirt before 2 of them suddenly reached out to touch and lift it. What goes on in their heads? I mean, listen, let's be brutally honest, okay? We know that you can get services here if that's your desire. Why would you possibly think that you could do that to somebody in a hairdressing salon? Beyond me, it's absolutely mental. Kanakon immediately turned to them and ordered them to stop. However, the men showed no sign of guilt or remorse. I mean, it's just wrong. In an interview with Channel 7, Kanakon said that all 4 men appeared to be under the influence of alcohol and continued drinking inside the salon while she was cutting their friend's hair. She said she was shocked and angry, but tried to remain calm as she was still working with a customer. After finishing, she confronted the group and told them that their actions were disrespectful to Thai women and unacceptable. One of the Japanese men apologized, but she stated that the group showed no remorse before paying 350 baht for the haircut and leaving the shop. That kind of stuff, you do that kind of stuff, all it would take is a quick phone call to some Thai guys or some security guys, and, that 350 baht is the least of their concerns and what's coming their way, and quite rightly so, really unbelievable. So, strange things going on. Now, it says here in the Pattaya News that the Pattaya authorities are focusing on homelessness and begging to boost the tourism image. Goes on to say, now, when you come here, you are going to see people begging and looking for assistance. Generally speaking, I don't give to any of the beggars because that normally they're working for a bigger corporation. However, if I see people rummaging around in the bins with their bags trying to look for plastic bowls and glass bowls, I'll always help them out. But just as a given, if you are that kind of person where you like to help people, when you think, do you know what, it's a couple of $100, when you see the kids begging with the cups, you see the mums sitting there with the babies, often the babies sadly have been sedated so they don't scream and cry. You're just adding to a bigger problem that's behind that network of what you're facing. But if I see the people rummaging around in the bins looking for plastic and glass, I'll always help them. I'll bung them a couple of, 200-300 baht, whatever. When you consider the price of a meal out here is 50 baht. Max for a Thai food. If you bung them 200 or 300 baht, then there's a week's worth of food there for them, so it just helps them out. It says authorities deployed teams to patrol high-risk areas and communities reported to have many homeless individuals and beggars. The operation focused on restoring order to public spaces and reinforcing safety to uphold Pattaya's appeal as a world-renowned tourism hub. The crackdown resulted in the apprehension of 12 people, 8 Thai men and 4 Thai women. All were handed over to investigators for legal processing and will undergo screening by the Ministry of Social Department and Human Security to determine appropriate assistance based on their circumstances. You will walk around, you'll see people sleeping in doorways and stuff like that. It's not nice, but it happens all around the world, but it's not nice, but they are trying to do something about it and to alleviate this problem. So let's see what goes from there. Again, you've got to be so careful. It says here, the German tourist injured after falling into a manhole in Pattaya. Guys, you've got to keep your wits about you out here. Unfortunately, the paving, the sidewalks, as you call them, the streets here are fraught with danger. There are a lot of things that might catch you unawares. There are prongs sticking out the ground with plastic bottles on top of them. As the German man here found out, you'll tread on a grate and it will just give way. Please don't ruin your holiday or potentially hurt yourself by just not paying attention to where you're walking. You've got to have your wits about you. It says here, at 4:30 a.m. on October the 21st, the Pattaya Soan Buribun Rescue Centre received a report of a foreign tourist injured after falling into a manhole. The incident occurred in front of Soi 14. Police and rescue teams were then dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, authorities found a foreign man with abrasions on his left knee. Initial first aid was provided, but the injured man declined hospital treatment, opting to return to his accommodation. He was later identified only as Mr. Christopher, a 28 German national. It says, eyewitnesses reported that the tourist was walking on the sidewalk as usual when he stepped onto a manhole cover. The cover flipped, causing his leg to fall into a manhole. Rescue personnel were notified and quickly responded to the scene. Yeah, he was very lucky. It could have been a lot worse. He could have broke his leg or his ankle. Could have given himself deep lacerations from the metal grate. So, but please, guys, just be very, very aware. I mean, it was 4:30 in the morning, so I'm going to chance my arm and say perhaps he may have been under the influence. But, whether you are or you're not, just try to keep your wits about you guys and just be aware of where you're walking around because, like I say, you can get caught out. I'm sure here's a question, guys. How many of you guys have unfortunately suffered a fall out here and hurt yourself because of the conditions of the paving or the conditions of the road? Let me know, guys. And talk about conditions. What on earth is going on there? We've just got some stuff going on at the moment. In the Pattaya News, it says a drunk foreigner stripped naked prays to God at a busy Pattaya intersection. So he's down by the kebab place down on Buakhao and 2nd Road. So 9 a.m. in the morning, Pattaya City Police received reports of a foreign man, approximately 40 years old, standing naked in the middle of a busy intersection at the Pattaya South Road. The man, whose nationality remains unknown, was reportedly intoxicated and behaving erratically. Well, it's pretty erratic to be stood there naked in the middle of the street praying. It says the traffic inspector, a city police station, coordinated with patrol officers, rushed to the scene. Upon arrival, they found a tall Caucasian man standing completely naked in the middle of the intersection. He was seen chasing and hitting passing vehicles while screaming what appeared to be biblical verses, causing confusion among locals and tourists. At times, the man raised his arms toward the sun, appearing to pray or chant to a deity. So there you are, guys. Praise be the Lord. I don't know, maybe he was drunk. I'm not really sure. I'm not quite sure what the outcome of that would be. Obviously, he's going to get charged with being naked in a public place, etc., which is against the law here. And just a quick one to throw in there as well, guys. Don't think I'm messing about here. I'm being totally truthful. It's illegal to come here and walk around the city without any underwear on. So if you walk around in your shorts, you've got to have pants on underneath. If you walk around in your jeans or pants, what you call them, you've got to have you must wear underwear. If you're unfortunate enough to be involved in an accident or whatever, and you need to go to hospital and they have to remove your trousers and you're not wearing any underwear, when they've finished taking care of you, you're going to get a fine. It's illegal, guys. I kid you not. It says officers quickly detained the individual who appeared heavily intoxicated and was incoherent. Unable to answer any questions and without any form of ID, he was taken to the Pattaya Memorial Hospital for medical evaluation and to identify him. Can you imagine being a policeman? Imagine being the policeman that had to go and arrest him and take care of it. They go home of an evening, wife's in there. Hello, love, you all right? You had a good day? Yeah, what have you been up to? Well, basically, it was a foreigner stripped butt naked in the middle of Buakhao, not Buakhao, in the second road, not to go and arrest him. Oh, dear. I'm sure some of you guys out there that are in the forces, the police force, I'm sure you've seen some incredible sights. So I'd love to have a cup of tea with you one day. Maybe here, maybe someone's coming out on holiday that's in the police force would like to sit down with me and have an interview and tell me what it's really like to be a policeman and some of the crazy things you've had to experience. I think it'd be quite interesting to listen to. Now, talking about police, with the police, it says here the Pattaya Tourist Police show off the growing use of AI cameras and drones for crime prevention, catching 3 wanted suspects in Pattaya. Now, there's been a bit of a talk about this, that they are, they're doing this face identification. So if you are somebody that maybe potentially has an issue with the police and the authorities, and the AI picks up your facial recognition, you might get a tap on the shoulder quite quickly before you even realise what's going on. It says on the evening of October the 20th, an AI-powered camera installed in Pattaya's Bangladesh district captured images of 3 Thai men riding a motorcycle together. The system instantly identified them as wanted individuals linked to mule account schemes. An alert was sent to the Pattaya Tourist Police, who swiftly mobilised to pursue the suspects. The trio were apprehended under the Ballyhigh Pier overpass in South Pattaya while riding a blue Yamaha Fino motorcycle. The suspects were identified, etc., etc. So, there you are. So if you are in a situation where, maybe you've got an outstanding warrant, or maybe you've got an issue and you are walking around our city, then be prepared, guys. AI is watching you, and I'm sure this is just the start of what will become an AI-operated world in the future. I always say about this, I remember as a kid, watching Star Trek, and they had the flip phone. You think, God, it's amazing. Phones weren't even invented then. So how did they think about this to predict it would happen in the future? And nowadays, people walk around, where is my phone? Yeah, we've all got phones, and that's just normal now. But when I was a kid, phones weren't even invented. So whoever invented Star Trek, how did they have the perception to think about a mobile phone that would actually become a realistic product and part of everyday life now? So AI, I don't know. What's your thoughts on AI, guys? Where do you think AI is going to go in? I mean, the things it's doing at the moment is just frightening. Absolutely frightening. So where do you think the end of that will be? And talking about the end, now you may remember about the issue with the incident with the Indian nightclub in Walking Street, when the guy was proposed to put a gun to someone's head, etc., etc. Well, anyway, it's now been announced that the Pattaya pub dispute ends amicably as an Indian tourist and manager reconcile, clear up designer lighter misunderstanding. Pattaya, Thailand, a heated dispute at the popular Pattaya nightclub was concluded peacefully, with both parties reconciling and withdrawing their prior legal complaints. Police confirmed on October the 21st. So basically, it was an incident. It was all to do with an outstanding bill, etc. The incident occurred where one of the people involved put a supposed gun to the other person's head. It turned out that it was a lighter. We get these gimmick lighters out here. If you go down on the beach road, you'll see they sell these guns that look like a gun, but they're actually a lighter. It says the incident began back on September the 26th at 4:30 a.m. Mr. Rohit, a 33-year-old Indian tourist, filed a complaint with Pattaya City Police Station. He alleged that he was assaulted and threatened with a weapon resembling a firearm by security guards and the manager of a well-known nightlife spot on Walking Street. The conflict reportedly stemmed from a dispute over drink charges and a necklace that was allegedly not returned. However, they've had a chat and it's now been withdrawn. So read into that as you wish, my friends. Talk about reading or looking. It says now here in the Pattaya City advances traffic safety project on Soi Buakhao. Now, Soi Buakhao is fraught with danger. To be honest with you, I'm amazed that there's not more accidents in Soi Buakhao, particularly with pedestrians getting clipped by motorbikes and getting clipped by the cars and the songtails. It's just very, very narrow. Now, so what they're going to do is they're going to do some stuff. They've said here, thermoplastic traffic markings covering 6,300 square meters, cold plastic pedestrian crossing markings, 1,050 square meters across 5 locations: the Grand Hall Market, the Tree Town Market, Pattaya City Hospital, the New Market opposite McDonald's, and the entrance to Soi Buakhao. Road edge painting with traffic paint in white and red, white and yellow, and white and black combinations covering 1,200 square meters. Now, white and red, if you are here and you've got a motorbike or a car, do not park where the red and white chevrons are. You will be clamped. I see the police out there at the moment. They're doing a lot of clamping, so they will come down on you with a ton of bricks and you have to pay a fine. Additionally, the project includes the installation of 118 mandatory traffic signs, no parking on odd days, no parking on even days, one-way traffic, and additional one-way traffic signs. So watch this space on that one, guys. Right, now, the good news, Khao Kheow Zoo. I'm going to go and do a video of Khao Kheow Zoo in the very near future. They proudly welcomed a new giant anteater cub, born on October the 14th, to a 19-year-old mother, Wilson, and a 20-year-old father, San Diego. The zoo's director, Mr. Nongrawit Chokdai, announced the arrival of this rare addition, whose gender remains unknown, as a protective mother is keeping staff at a distance. An anteater, well, there you go. The 7-day-old cub is healthy and developing well, according to zoo officials. Under close supervision by caretakers and veterinarians, the cub has begun climbing onto its mum's back, a behaviour typical of giant anteaters. I didn't even know anteaters were that dangerous to me. Just shows how stupid I am. I didn't realise that they're a danger. Native to Central and South America, the northern Argentinian giant anteaters are a rare sight, making its birth a big event for the zoo. So fair play to Khao Kheow Zoo. I will pop up there and have a look around and bring that to you. Talking about events, rare events, well, not a rare event. Pattaya to host the AGTC Asia Golf Tourism Convention in 2026, which is coming up in the near future. If you are into golf, guys, we've got 28 golf courses here in Chonburi alone. 28, and we've got some world-class golf courses. You know, if you guys play golf, please drop your comment down below. Which is your favourite golf course in the Chonburi area that you've played on? Please drop it as name so other people that do like golf can see how many places get mentioned. But yeah, if you're into golf, guys, then they've got their meeting coming up, and they're going to be discussing what bits and pieces that's going on. It says the organising committee has invited Pattaya City to host the event and provide support in various areas, including bilingual Thai and English, reception staff to assist attendees, an information desk to address inquiries, airport shuttle services, a Thai boxing performance, and hospitality arrangements for the participants. So watch this space, guys, if you're into your golf. It says the Asia Pacific, the convention is expected to attract over 450 participants from more than 40 countries, including 180 international golf tour operators offering travel packages. So if you're into your golf, guys, get yourself down there. Away you go. Right, so what's coming up this week? Now, if you're looking for a really good place, get yourself down to Candy Club. Candy Club, they do the lady drinks down there at the same price as your drinks. So there's no lady drink prices. It's just the same price. There's a lot of freelancer ladies go in there. A lot of the girls, when they finish work, will go in there. They got a live band. It's air conditioned. It's a really good venue. It's right on the edge of on the edge of Tree Town. Right on the very corner. You're looking at Tree Town. You've got the food court on the left-hand side. If you look on the right-hand side, you'll see Candy Club. They get yourself when they go open from 8 a.m. in the morning through till 8 p.m. till 4 a.m. And you've got to be in there before 11 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, guys, it's really, really busy. Standing room only, and it's packed full of girls. So if you fancy getting yourself out there, go down there, get yourself in there, guys. You won't be just, like I say, the key to this one is that the lady drinks are the same price as your drinks. So there you are. Go and fill your boots. Later on this afternoon, we have our Monday meetup. Come down here to the Buzzing End at 3 p.m. There's no need to book in advance. Just chip up on the day, guys. We take you off to different bars, and it's a nice way to meet new friends, go and see places perhaps you haven't been to in the past. So have a come down and join us later this afternoon at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Michael will be back in the UK, and I think he's going to do his kick live stream. So come and join the fun down there, guys. I'm not sure what to expect. I don't know what he's going to be doing. I've got no idea. He's going back to England for a couple of weeks, so I'm sure he's having a good time, and let's see what he does tomorrow on the kick stream. But come and join us on that. On Wednesday, I'm heading over to the dark side. Still got a couple of tickets left. If you want to come and join us, come down to the Buzzing Lounge. You need to get a ticket in advance. I'll take you over across to the east side of Pattaya, which we can nickname the dark side. That's where we expats that live here generally tend to hang out. There's some good bars over there. There's a lot of things that maybe you won't have seen in the past. So come and join me, guys. Get down to the lounge and come and grab your ticket. On Thursday, we have got our live stream here at the Buzzing Lounge with me and Beer. And later on, if you fancy a bit of Van Halen, get yourself into the Rock Factory. They've got a Van Halen tribute band starting at 7 o'clock in the evening. That's at the Rock Factory in Soi Buakhao. If you fancy that, go down there. I remember Van Halen was it Jump? Was it Jump? Yeah, that's their key one. On Friday, 31st, it is Halloween. However, we have got a much prettier Halloween where people are dressing up. We've got Gina's birthday. What I'm also going to do is we're doing a fancy dress competition for the girls. So they're going to go off and dress as weird and randy as they can for Halloween. There'll be some prizes for the girls there. So come down from 4 p.m. 4 p.m. on Friday. Come and join us here. We'll put on some food, etc., some drink promotion. Lady drinks will be 99 baht, all those kind of things. So come down, guys. Join the fun on Halloween. Celebrate Halloween with us, and also Gina's birthday. And I'm sure it'll be a fantastic evening and a great way to end this month. It's been a good month this month, so come down, guys, and be part of the fun. Also on Friday, we've got the Lay Beach Club. They've got Head Candy. Head Candy. That starts at 7 o'clock down at Lay Beach Club on Beach Road. Lay's a really, really nice bar, really nice club, really chilled out, really good. They start out on 7 o'clock. The entrance is 5,000 baht, but that includes free flow wine and beer. They've also got a huge selection of different spirits, some very, very good spirit, high-end spirits. So if you fancy a bit of Head Candy, get yourself down to Lay Beach Club, which is on the Beach Road there, and go chill out, lay back and enjoy what's going on. Saturday, I am going to be out and about because on Saturday, it is our international bikini beach race. No, you will not get me in a bikini. I'm not running around in a bikini. However, I will bring the video to the channel, and I'll also do a bit of live streaming now so you can get to see it firsthand. But I will do the Pattaya bikini beach race. That starts at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Saturday. Get yourself down there, guys. Great eye candy and a good way to have a bit of a laugh. So go down there and come and see me and come say hello. Where are we? Sunday. Oh yeah, Sunday. So Sunday we've got a live stream. That's at 3 o'clock here in the lounge. Come down and come be part of the show, guys. And also, if you fancy a Sunday roast, get yourself in the flame. I've sent loads of people over there, and everyone keeps saying to me when they come out, Trev, that was just outrageously good. It's 495 baht. It's a massive, massive plate. You need to be hungry, guys. It's quality food, good quality food. But go over to Flaming Soi Lenki and enjoy your Sunday roast. And come in the bar afterwards and say, Trev, cheers, mate. Good shout out. All right, there we are. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks very much indeed for watching. If you've got any events, please send them in the Wednesday before the week ahead so I can publicise them for you and keep me up to date on what's going on. Thank you very much indeed for watching, guys. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Jump into kick.com/Buzzing Potatoes, unfiltered, uncensored live streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 3 p.m. Come and join the fun there, guys. If you'd like to follow us on TikTok, Bo and Ying do some really good videos on there, updates and snippets about what's going on in the city. If you do go on the TikTok, please give them a like and a follow. It just helps them, it gives them a morale boost. People are following, they like what we do. So give them a like and a follow on there, please, guys. Instagram is all about nightlife. I post regular videos and photos, so jump into Instagram, type in Buzzing Potato, we'll appear. And if you haven't, get yourself into Discord. There's over 23,000 members in there. It's completely free of charge, packed full of information to come in there and see what's going on right here, right now. All right, there we are, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, please, wherever in the world, stay safe.